Once upon a time, in a village blanketed by shimmering stars, there was a hidden gem known as the Enchanted Garden of Whispers. This garden was unlike any other. It bloomed with colorful flowers that could talk, sharing secrets of the universe with those who listened closely. One evening, a curious girl named Lily stumbled upon the garden while chasing a fluttering butterfly. As she entered, the air sparkled with magic, and the flowers greeted her with soft voices. "Welcome, dear Lily. We have been waiting for you," they chimed in unison. Lily knelt beside a golden daffodil, its petals twinkling like the night sky. "What secrets do you hold?" she asked, her eyes wide with wonder. The daffodil whispered tales of faraway lands where rivers flowed with chocolate and mountains wore crowns of clouds. Each flower had its own story, and Lily listened, captivated, as the sun dipped below the horizon, painting the sky in hues of pink and purple. As the stars began to twinkle, the flowers sang a gentle lullaby, wrapping Lily in warmth. She realized that the garden was a treasure trove of imagination, where dreams took flight and possibilities bloomed. With her heart full of stories, Lily promised to return, knowing that every visit to the Enchanted Garden of Whispers would be a new adventure waiting to unfold. In a quaint village nestled between whispering woods and twinkling streams, a boy named Ben discovered a peculiar lantern in his attic. The lantern glimmered with a soft glow, and when Ben brushed off the dust, a gentle voice whispered, "Hello, young adventurer." Astonished, Ben realized the lantern was enchanted. It introduced itself as Luna, a guardian of ancient secrets. Luna explained that the village's harmony was in danger, threatened by shadowy creatures known as the Gloomlings, who fed on despair. Their mission was to shroud the village in eternal darkness. To thwart their plan, Ben and Luna had to journey to the heart of the forest and reignite the celestial beacon, a mystical light that repelled darkness. As they ventured deep into the woods, Luna guided Ben through challenges, teaching him courage and kindness. Together, they faced trials and outwitted the mischievous Gloomlings. Finally, they reached the towering beacon. With Luna's gentle guidance, Ben lit the beacon, and a burst of dazzling colors erupted, banishing the Gloomlings. The village was saved, bathed in radiant light and joy. From that day forward, Ben understood the power of bravery and friendship, with Luna's glow shining forever in his heart. In a quaint village nestled between misty mountains, there existed a curious legend about the singing stones. These stones, it was said, lay scattered across the hillside, whispering enchanting melodies during moonlit nights. Young Lila, a spirited girl with boundless curiosity, was captivated by these tales. One evening, with the silver moon as her guide, she tiptoed out of her cottage to uncover the truth. As she climbed the hill, a gentle breeze carried a soft, lilting tune, guiding her steps. Her heart fluttered with excitement. The stones, round and smooth, glistened under the moon's glow, their songs growing clearer. It was a melody like no other, weaving tales of ancient times and forgotten dreams. Lila sat among them, feeling their vibrations harmonizing with her heartbeat. Suddenly, a warm voice spoke. "Welcome, Lila. You have the heart of a dreamer." It was the largest stone, its surface shimmering like 1,000 stars. It revealed that the stone sang to keep the dreams alive in the hearts of those who dared to listen. Lila promised to share their stories, ensuring the magic never faded. When she returned home, she carried a piece of the melody in her heart, knowing she had uncovered a secret world where dreams and reality danced in harmony. The village, now filled with newfound wonder, listened to her tales, drawn into the enchanting world of the singing stones. In a cozy little village where cobblestone lanes wound through fields of dancing daisies, lived a curious girl named Lily. One crisp morning, as the sun peeked over the hills, Lily stumbled upon an old, forgotten attic while exploring her grandmother's house. Dust motes swirled around her as she tiptoed through the room, her eyes catching the gleam of a peculiar object. It was a paintbrush, glittering with a faint, mysterious light. Its bristles were soft and shimmered with every color imaginable. Eager to test it out, Lily found an empty canvas and gently dipped the brush into an invisible palette. As she stroked, colors burst onto the canvas, swirling and blending in vibrant swaths. To her amazement, the painted scenery began to ripple and shift as if alive. Suddenly, the painted meadow she created started to expand, and a gentle breeze flowed from the canvas, carrying the scent of wildflowers. With a tentative step, Lily found herself drawn into the painting, stepping into a world where colors danced and whispered. Here, trees chuckled in the wind, and rivers hummed joyful tunes. Lily befriended a wise old fox with a coat of silver, who guided her through fields of talking flowers and past mountains of candy clouds. As the sun set, painting the sky in hues of gold, Lily knew she had discovered something truly magical. This enchanted paintbrush held the secret to a world where imagination became reality, a world she could return to whenever she dared to dream. Once upon a time, in a cozy little village, there lived a girl named Lily who adored her grandmother's enchanted quilt. Every night, the quilt shimmered with stitching of stars, moons, and whimsical creatures, wrapping Lily in warmth and wonder. One evening, as she snuggled beneath it, she felt a gentle tug. To her astonishment, the quilt lifted her high into the sky. They soared over fields of candy flowers and rivers flowing with chocolate. Lily laughed with delight as the quilt swirled and danced among the clouds. Suddenly, the quilt landed softly in a land filled with friendly animals. A wise owl perched nearby winked and said, "Welcome, dear Lily. Your heart full of kindness brings magic to our world." Together, they embarked on adventures, meeting a singing rabbit and a dancing butterfly who spun in circles. After sharing stories and laughter, the stars began to twinkle brighter. The quilt wrapped around Lily once more, lifting her gently back home. Every night after that, she would dream of her enchanted adventures, knowing the magic was always there, ready for her whenever she needed it. And so, with each passing night, the quilt continued to weave new tales, filling Lily's heart with joy and wonder. Once upon a time, in the village of Whispering Pines, as the golden sun began to set behind the hills, young Mia noticed something curious. As the shadows stretched across her room, they began to wiggle and jiggle in ways she'd never seen before. Intrigued, Mia followed the dancing shadows as they slipped under the door and out into the twilight garden. There, the shadows swirled around the ancient oak tree that stood majestically at the center. Mia gasped when she saw the shadows form the shapes of mysterious creatures, twirling in a grand dance. There was a shadow fox with a bushy tail, a wise owl flapping its wings, and even a giggling pixie with twinkling eyes. As Mia clapped along with their rhythm, the shadows beckoned her to join them. "Follow us to the moonlit meadow," whispered the shadow fox. With a heart full of excitement, Mia stepped into their world, where the moon was a giant lantern and stars played peekaboo. They danced and sang, weaving tales of ancient times and magic. As the night wore on, Mia felt a warmth in her heart, knowing she'd made enchanting friends. As dawn approached, the shadows bid her farewell, promising to return with the moonlight. Mia returned to bed, her dreams now filled with whimsical dances, knowing that nighttime held its own kind of magic. Once upon a time, in the quaint village of Willowbrook, lived a curious girl named Lily. One quiet evening, as she sat under the vast velvet sky, she discovered an old, mysterious compass in her grandmother's attic. Unlike any other, its needle didn't point north. Instead, it twinkled with tiny stars and whispered tales of far-off places. Intrigued, Lily decided to follow where the starry compass led. Clutching the compass tightly, she ventured into the night, her heart full of wonder. The needle glowed brighter, guiding her through meadows that shimmered with moonlit dew and forests where the trees hummed gentle lullabies. As she journeyed deeper, the compass brought her to the edge of a shimmering lake, its surface mirroring the starlit heavens. There, a wise old owl perched on a branch greeted her with a knowing smile. "The starry compass reveals the path to those who dare to dream," the owl hooted softly. Encouraged by the owl's words, Lily realized the compass's magic lay in its ability to awaken imagination. With gratitude, she thanked the owl and returned home, her heart brimming with newfound inspiration. From that day on, Lily cherished the starry compass, for it had unlocked a world where anything was possible, and bedtime was a gateway to endless adventures. In the heart of the Whispering Woods, there stood a majestic willow tree, its branches cascading like a waterfall of emerald leaves. The villagers called it the Wishful Willow, for it held an ancient secret. Every night, as the moon cast its silvery glow, the willow's leaves shimmered with a mysterious light. One evening, a curious child named Lila wandered into the woods, drawn by the tree's enchanting aura. As she approached, she noticed a path of glowing stones leading to the willow's trunk. With a heart full of wonder, Lila followed the path, her footsteps soft on the mossy ground. Upon reaching the tree, she heard a gentle whisper in the rustling leaves, a melody that filled her with warmth and joy. Suddenly, a tiny door appeared at the base of the trunk. Lila knelt down and peeked inside, discovering a cozy nook filled with twinkling lights and tiny friendly creatures. They welcomed her with open arms, offering a cup of stardust tea. As Lila sipped, she felt a surge of happiness and peace, understanding the willow's secret. It was a place where dreams danced and hearts found solace. With a grateful smile, Lila bid farewell to her newfound friends, her spirit forever touched by the magic of the Wishful Willow. In the quaint village of Willowmere, nestled between moss-covered stones and whispering trees, there was a garden like no other. It wasn't marked on any map, and only the curious hearts of children seemed to find their way to its secret gates. This was the glowing garden, where colors danced and flowers sang soft lullabies. One starry evening, little Alara, with her twinkling eyes and adventurous spirit, stumbled upon the hidden path that led to this wondrous place. As she entered, she marveled at the vibrant hues that lit up the night like tiny lanterns. The flowers, each with a distinct glow, swayed gently as if moved by an invisible breeze. Alara noticed a peculiar plant at the center. Its petals shimmered in rainbow colors, changing with her every step. Driven by a mix of wonder and caution, she approached it, and to her surprise, the plant began to hum a gentle melody. Entranced, Alara listened closely. It was a song of the moon, telling tales of dreams and far-off lands. As the garden pulsed with the soft glow of magic, Alara realized she had discovered a place where the world's secrets danced freely. She vowed to return, bringing with her the stories of the glowing garden to light the dreams of others. Once upon a time, in the heart of the Whistling Woods, a majestic and enormous acorn lay nestled between two tall oaks. It gleamed with a mystic hue, drawing the creatures of the forest in collective awe. Timmy, a curious young squirrel with a bright bushy tail, stumbled upon this wonder during one of his daily explorations. Unlike any acorn he had seen before, it shimmered as if kissed by stardust. Timmy felt a gentle nudge from his best friend, Bella the bluebird, who chirped excitedly, "Timmy, this acorn must hold a secret." Intrigued, Timmy and Bella gathered their friends, Oliver the wise owl and Lila the energetic bunny. As they circled the acorn, it suddenly began to hum, sending soft vibrations through the ground. "It's alive," gasped Lila with eyes wide in delight. The acorn's shell slowly creaked open, revealing a staircase that spiraled downwards. The friends, hearts pounding with excitement, decided to venture inside. They descended carefully, their path illuminated by twinkling lights embedded in the shell. At the bottom, they found a magical chamber filled with glowing seeds that whispered tales of enchanted lands. Hanging on the walls were maps of uncharted realms, each promising thrilling escapades. With each seed they touched, visions of vibrant forests, sparkling rivers, and towering mountains filled the room. "This is a map to every adventure we could ever dream of," Oliver hooted softly, his eyes twinkling. And so began the greatest adventure of their lives, a journey that would forever keep them exploring and discovering beyond the bounds of Whistling Woods. Once upon a time, in the magical land of Lumina, there lived a young girl named Luna. She had hair as dark as midnight and eyes that twinkled like stars. Luna loved adventures, especially those that involved her best friend Sparkle, a tiny dragon with shimmering scales that reflected all the colors of the rainbow. One sunny morning, Luna and Sparkle discovered an ancient map tucked inside an old tree in the Enchanted Forest. The map revealed the location of the legendary glittering rainbow crown, said to grant its wearer the power to spread joy and happiness throughout Lumina. Excited by the prospect, Luna and Sparkle set off on their quest. They traveled across emerald green meadows and sparkling rivers, meeting friendly creatures who offered guidance and encouragement. At dusk, they reached the base of Rainbow Mountain, where the crown was hidden. As they climbed, the sky turned into a canvas of vibrant colors, urging them onward. At the summit, they found the crown resting on a pedestal of clouds. Luna placed it gently upon her head, and instantly a warm glow enveloped her. With Sparkle by her side, Luna returned to Lumina, where they used the crown's magic to fill the land with endless laughter and dreams, ensuring every night was as magical as their adventure. Once upon a time, in a village nestled beneath fluffy white clouds, lived a curious girl named Luna. One sunny day, as she gazed up at the sky, she noticed a shimmering rainbow inviting her to explore the clouds. Luna gathered her friends, Benny the bunny and Tilly the tiny bird, and with a leap of faith, they jumped onto the soft, billowy clouds. Up, up they floated, giggling as they soared higher and higher. They soon spotted a castle made of cotton candy. With wide eyes, they landed on its sugary grounds, and the sweet aroma filled the air. Inside, they met the Candy Cloud King, who gifted them each a sparkling lollipop and shared tales of magical lands beyond the rainbow. Eager for more adventure, they hopped back onto the clouds, traveling to the land of giggles, where laughter filled the air and playful clouds danced around them. They spun and twirled until their tummies hurt from laughter. The sun began to set, painting the sky in shades of orange and pink. Realizing it was time to return home, Luna, Benny, and Tilly waved goodbye to their cloud friends, promising to return. They floated safely down, hearts full of joy from their great cloud adventure. Once upon a time, on the shimmering shores of Rainbow Island, lived two adventurous siblings named Lily and Max. One sunny morning, they discovered an ancient map hidden in a bottle washed ashore. It sparkled with colors, promising a treasure beyond their wildest dreams. Excitedly, they set off on their quest. The map led them through a magical forest filled with singing trees and dancing flowers. Each step echoed with laughter and joy. Suddenly, they reached a sparkling waterfall where the map whispered secrets of the treasure's location. To unlock its magic, they had to sing a special song. Holding hands, Lily and Max sang with all their hearts, and the waterfall shimmered brighter than a rainbow. Behind it, a hidden cave glowed with golden light. Once inside, they found colorful gems and sparkling coins, but more importantly, a chest filled with stories and wishes from children all over the world. They realized the true treasure was not gold, but the joy of sharing dreams. Lily and Max decided to take the stories back to their village to inspire others with tales of wonder. That night, as they drifted off to sleep, they knew their adventure was just beginning. Once upon a time, in a land where stars danced like butterflies, the dreaming moon soared high in the velvety sky. Every night, she draped her silver beams over the sleepy village of Dreamland, where children lay snug in their beds. One fateful night, the dreaming moon noticed a little boy named Leo gazing out his window, his heart heavy with longing for adventure. With a gentle whisper, she beckoned him. "Come, let us journey together." Leo's eyes sparkled with excitement as he climbed onto the shimmering crescent, and they soared into the starlit sky. They zipped past twinkling stars and fluffy clouds, exploring enchanted forests where flowers sang and rivers giggled. The dreaming moon taught Leo the tales of the stars, each illuminating a lesson of kindness and courage. They danced with the northern lights and played hide and seek with shooting stars, while the world below faded away. As dawn approached, Leo felt a warmth in his heart, knowing he had discovered something magical. The dreaming moon, with a twinkle in her eye, promised that he would carry this wonder within him, making every night a new adventure in dreams, forever and ever. Once upon a time, in a land where dreams danced among the stars, a tiny silver feather floated gently down from the sky. It shimmered like moonlight and whispered secrets of faraway places. A curious little girl named Lila found the feather as it landed softly in her garden. Intrigued, she picked it up and felt a warm tingle in her fingertips. "Where could you take me?" she asked, her eyes sparkling with wonder. To her astonishment, the feather quivered and beckoned her to follow. With a heart full of excitement, Lila closed her eyes and wished to explore magical lands. In an instant, she soared into the sky, guided by the shimmering feather. They flew over candy mountains, where rivers of chocolate flowed and fields of flowers sang sweet melodies. Lila met a giggly cloud, who played hide-and-seek in a wise old tree that shared ancient stories. Together, they danced through starlit skies and slid down rainbows. As the sun began to set, Lila knew it was time to return home. The silver feather gently guided her back, promising that each time she looked up at the sky, it would remind her of the magic that exists everywhere. Once upon a time, in a lush green valley, lived a little frog named Finn. Finn was no ordinary frog. He had big dreams of finding the legendary melody of the Silver River, said to be the sweetest song in all the lands. Every evening, as he hopped to the riverbank, he listened closely, but all he heard was the gentle lapping of the water. Determined, Finn set out on an adventure to discover the lost melody. As he journeyed through the shimmering woods, he met a wise old owl named Oliver. To find the melody, you must follow the glow of the fireflies at dusk, Oliver advised, his eyes twinkling with wisdom. Finn thanked the owl and continued on his quest. As night fell, the fireflies danced in the air, leading him deeper into the forest. Suddenly, he stumbled upon a hidden glade where the moonlight sparkled like diamonds. There, he saw a group of animals gathered around an ancient tree. With a deep breath, Finn joined them, and together, they sang the songs of the night. To his surprise, the Silver River began to shimmer brighter than ever, filling the air with the most beautiful melody Finn had ever heard. He realized that the true melody came from the joy of friendship and togetherness, forever echoing in his heart. Once upon a time, in the velvety, star-speckled sky, there was a tiny, timid star named Twinkle. Unlike her fellow stars, Twinkle wasn't quite sure where she belonged. She watched as other stars glimmered confidently in their constellations, feeling a little out of place. One evening, as the moonlight gently bathed the earth, Twinkle decided it was time to discover her own place in the sky. With a gentle flicker, she began her journey across the heavens. As she floated past the Great Bear, Ursa Major, she paused to listen to a wise old star who said, "Be true to your own light, dear Twinkle." Encouraged, Twinkle drifted onward, meeting Orion, the mighty hunter, who exclaimed, "Follow your heart, little star." Inspired, Twinkle ventured further, her light growing brighter. Eventually, she reached the enchanting Milky Way, where a chorus of stars sang a melodious welcome. Here, Twinkle realized she had found her place among the stars, her own unique shimmer completing the cosmic dance. As night deepened, Twinkle shone her brightest, lighting up the dreams of children below. And so, every night, Twinkle twinkled happily, knowing she was right where she belonged, illuminating the night with her newfound confidence. Once upon a time, in the quaint village of Windy Vale, the sky was a vast, endless canvas, perfect for the colorful kites made by children every spring. Each kite was unique, crafted with vibrant hues and imaginative designs, ranging from soaring dragons to fluttering butterflies. These kites were not just toys, they were magical beings that carried children's dreams high into the clouds. One breezy afternoon, as the village gathered near the open fields, Mia and her friends released their kites into the air. Mia's kite was a radiant phoenix with shimmering feathers, while Nathan's was a mighty ship, its sails billowing in the wind. As their kites danced among the clouds, something wonderful happened. The kites began to swirl and twirl around each other, creating a symphony of colors against the azure sky. The children giggled and cheered as their kites seemed to play and talk with one another. Mia noticed that as the kites intertwined, the village felt warmer and closer, as if the kites wove an invisible thread connecting everyone. Even the townsfolk paused to admire the spectacle, feeling a sense of wonder and unity. As the sun dipped below the horizon, the kites gently floated back to Earth, bringing with them the shared memories of a magical day. And from that moment on, each kite-flying day in Windy Vale reminded everyone of the invisible bonds that held them together, painting the sky with dreams and laughter. Once upon a time, in a valley cradled by gentle hills, the moon rose high and bathed everything in silver light. One night, the moonbeams decided to play a very special game. They whispered to the flowers, tickling their petals, and the flowers began to sway in delight. The trees joined in, rustling their leaves like giggling children. In the heart of the forest, a curious little bunny named Luna peeked out. She loved to dance but had never danced under the moonlight. As the moonbeams twinkled mischievously, they invited Luna to join. With a leap of joy, she hopped into the clearing where the moonlight kissed the ground. Suddenly, tiny sparks began to swirl around her, forming a magical circle. Other woodland creatures, intrigued by the shimmering light, gathered around. Wise old owls, playful foxes, and graceful deer. Together they danced to the soft lullaby of the night. The moonbeams twirled and spun, casting shadows that danced along with them. Luna felt lighter than air, as if the moonlight wrapped her in a soft, cozy blanket. The forest echoed with laughter and joy, creating a night of enchantment that would be remembered forever, a true celebration of the magic that only moonbeams can bring. Once upon a time, in the small village of Whimsyville, there lived a curious child named Lucy. One bright morning after a gentle rain, Lucy wandered into the garden, where something peculiar caught her eye, a shimmering puddle that seemed to sparkle like 1,000 tiny stars. As she knelt beside it, Lucy gasped. The puddle was no ordinary pool of rainwater. Instead of reflecting the sky, it revealed a world of dreams and fantasies. Intrigued, Lucy leaned closer and watched as the puddle swirled to life. She saw herself flying on the back of a giant butterfly, its wings a canvas of colors that danced like rainbows. In another glimpse, she was swimming with dolphins in a sea of candy-colored waves. Every image was more wondrous than the last. Lucy spent hours by the dreaming puddle, her mind creating endless adventures. Each dream was unique, a new story to tell. The puddle showed her that imagination had no boundaries, and every day it presented her with a fresh wonderland to explore. As the sun began to set, Lucy whispered to the puddle, thanking it for the magical journey. She tiptoed back home, heart full of dreams, eager to return to her secret world the next day. The dreaming puddle had taught her the power of imagination, a gift she cherished forever. Once upon a time, in the quaint village of Luminara, nestled between emerald hills and sapphire skies, lived a curious girl named Luna and her loyal cat, Jasper. Luna had heard tales of a hidden cave where stars twinkled even in the darkest night. The legend whispered of an enchanted star cave that only revealed itself to those with the purest hearts and a spirit of wonder. One crisp evening, as the orange sun dipped below the horizon, Luna and Jasper set off on an adventure under the shimmering glow of the moon. Guided by the songs of crickets and the soft rustle of leaves, they reached the ancient forest. There, a gentle breeze carried the sweet scent of mystery. After wandering deeper into the woods, they stumbled upon a peculiar path paved with stardust. Intrigued, Luna followed the trail, her heart racing with anticipation. Suddenly, a shimmering light caught her eye. It was the entrance to the star cave. As Luna and Jasper stepped inside, they were greeted by a breathtaking sight. A celestial canopy of glowing stars danced across the cave's ceiling like a brilliant tapestry. Luna gasped in awe as the stars whispered stories from far-off galaxies and lit up her surroundings with a magical glow. She realized she had discovered a wondrous world where dreams took flight and imagination soared. From that night on, Luna and Jasper knew the Star Cave would forever be their secret haven, a place where the magic of the universe was theirs to cherish. Once upon a time, in the cheerful village of Wiggleville, a little boy named Benny loved to explore. One sunny day, he discovered a shimmering bubble floating in his backyard. It sparkled with all the colors of the rainbow. Curious, Benny reached out, and as he did, the bubble gently popped, filling the air with magical laughter. To his amazement, Benny saw all his friends appear, giggling with delight. Each time Benny blew a bubble, it floated high above, spreading joy throughout the village. The bubbles danced in the sky, inviting everyone to join in. They twirled around Mrs. Thistle, the baker, who smiled as her pastries magically turned sweeter. They tickled Mr. Grumble, the gardener, making him chuckle as flowers bloomed brighter. Soon, the village was filled with laughter and joy. Benny realized that the magic of the bubble wasn't just in its sparkle, but in the happiness it shared. So, he decided to share his bubbles with everyone. And each time a bubble popped, it filled hearts with warmth, reminding everyone that happiness grows when it's shared. From that day on, Wiggleville became the happiest place, all thanks to Benny and his magical bubble of joy. In the heart of a lush, green valley, there flowed a river that had a most extraordinary gift. Known as the Singing River, its waters hummed a melody so sweet that the trees swayed in rhythm and the flowers blossomed brighter. The villagers believed that the river's song was a blessing from the moon fairy who visited each night, leaving behind a sprinkle of magic. One day, a curious little girl named Alara, with hair as golden as the sun and eyes sparkling with wonder, decided to find the source of the river's song. As she tiptoed along the riverbank, she stumbled upon a shimmering stone. It glowed with a light that seemed to dance to the river's tune. Alara picked it up, and the moment she did, the air was filled with the most beautiful symphony she had ever heard. The stone, a gift from the river, held the secret of its song. As Alara held the stone close, she realized that it was not just the river that sang, but everything around her, the birds, the wind, even her own heart. From that day on, Alara shared the stone's melody with the world, teaching everyone to listen to the music within and around them. And so, the valley thrived, forever echoing the enchanting gift of the singing river.